What's up YouTube, Andre here, back with another video, and today I've got an amazing handset. It's the Samsung S8 Plus, the big version of the S8, and we're going to be taking a look at its features, taking a look around the phone and see what makes this phone special. So let's get right into it. Okay, so here we have it, the Samsung S8 Plus. This is a beautiful handset. In my opinion, Samsung have done an amazing job with the design, making the display much bigger while keeping the phone relatively small compared to something like the iPhone 7 Plus. It's pretty much the same size, but the display is much bigger. So on the front here, we haven't got a lot going on. We have just the earpiece, the front-facing camera, the iris scanner and some sensors. On the bottom here, the biggest change that you'll probably notice is that they've got rid of the physical home button. So there is no buttons or anything on the bottom. Everything is now software on the phone itself. We've also got some changes on the side. We have the volume button up and down. We also have a new dedicated Bixby button just on the left hand side here of the handset. So as you press that brings out Bixby. This is sort of Samsung's new S-Voice being reinvented. Although I am looking forward to using Bixby and giving it a chance, I really hope that you can sort of customize this button for other uses, so you can make it open up things that you want instead of just being sort of dedicated to Bixby. However, being Android, I'm sure someone's going to come up with something like that that's going to allow you to change. So on the back, it's a very clean design. We have Gorilla Corning 5 glass on the back, and on the front, on the back, the fingerprint sensor is moved right next to the camera there. Now, a lot of people have kind of been complaining at the fact that it's a little bit high to reach. I would consider myself as having relatively large hands, and even for me, as I'm holding the phone like that and I go to reach for the fingerprint sensor, I don't really see that as a comfortable position for the sensor at all. Next to the sensor, we've got the 12 megapixel camera, so that's fairly similar to the Samsung S7 Edge in terms of megapixels, and you still have your heart rate monitor next to the camera there with the camera flash. Now, what's really nice is that they've made all these as flush to the phone as possible. So although the camera and the fingerprint sensor have got like a little outline of where they are, this heartbeat monitor is flush to the phone's back. On the right hand side of the phone, we have just a power button, nothing else, and other than that, it's just a clean design on the side. On the top, we have the SIM card slot, and nothing else on top there to sort of mess the design up. On the bottom, we still have the 3.5mm headphone jack, a USB Type-C. So on the S7 Edge, it used to be a micro USB, now they've upgraded to USB Type-C, and we've got a speaker, if you can see that a little bit, and also a little tiny microphone. Now, a really neat feature that Samsung have brought out with the S8 Plus is the iris scanner. So it's meant to make things much easier to access your phone. So all you would do, unlock the phone, slide up to unlock, and you can see that a little camera comes up there. There's my Canon that I'm filming with, and you have two little circles that you have to line up your eyes with. So to use your iris scanner, you slide to unlock, and you have a little camera there. It's the iris scanner. And you also have your keypad at the bottom if you can't or unable to use the iris scanner. So the way that works is you line up your eyes, there's two little circles there, you line your eyes up and you hold the phone. It's telling me to hold the phone closer. And iris not recognized, so it didn't recognize my eyes. I'm guessing this isn't going to work all the time, and it's a little gimmick more than a feature that can be used every day. I still prefer the fingerprint sensor on the back. So as you unlock the device, straight away you may notice some changes, things like the icons looking a little bit different, especially the stock icons such as the internet, messaging and the camera app. This sort of is just a new theme that Samsung have gone with. Do I like it? Yeah, I don't mind it, because with an Android device you can always change it and use different themes if you didn't like that. Now, one thing you will notice straight away is that display is huge. I mean, given that the phone is the same size as pretty much the iPhone 7 Plus, the display is much bigger than the iPhone. One thing I have noticed, see if I can show that on the camera, is the corners are rounded off. So they're not square, they are completely rounded off. Exactly the same on top here, they are rounded off. So I don't know how much that's gonna annoy me or if I'm gonna get used to it, but as you can see, they are rounded off. Another noticeable change is how to access all the apps. There isn't an icon for your apps. All you do is you slide up, that gives you access to all the apps you have downloaded on the phone. Okay, so back to the display. It's a 6.2 inch display, 2K resolution with a pixel density of 529. Now what that means is that there are 529 pixels per inch. So that means that looking at your text and images should be much crispier. Although it is a 6.2 inch display, the corners are rounded off and the edges are really smooth and it feels really great in your hand. In terms of how much the phone weighs, it weighs 173 grams, and to my liking, this is a very well weighted phone. It's not too heavy and you can definitely feel its presence in your hand at the same time. Good job, Samsung. The phone now comes with 64 gigabytes internal storage as opposed to the 32 on the S7 Edge, and yes, you still have the micro SD slot on top that you can expand and put a memory card up to 256 gigabytes. That's insane, but I really like that it comes with 64 as standard internal storage. Now in phones of 2016 and 17, a really huge feature is the camera, how well the camera handles. So with Samsung S8, you are getting a 12 megapixel camera with a focal stop of 1.7 and a 26mm lens. The camera is capable of filming in 4K video, absolutely, at 30 frames per second, with the front-facing camera at 8 megapixels with a wide angle lens. In terms of any other features that the phone has, yes, you still have the wireless charging capability, just like the S7 Edge. So you just place your phone on a wireless charging pad, it will start charging straight away. Yes, it also has fast charging, it's fast charging 2.0. In terms of the battery life, Samsung have gone with a 3500 milliamp hour battery, which, given the display size on the S8 Plus, should hold up. However, I'm not expecting a massive improvement compared to something like the S7 Edge, which has got a slightly smaller battery, partly because of to handle the display a little bit better. Now, a really huge feature that Samsung have also got with this is Bluetooth 5.0. What that means is it will allow you to stream music to 2 different devices at the same time, which is really good. I'm looking forward to that. You still have your edge panel, which you drag from the left or right. You can set it a bit higher, a bit lower, and gives you access to your contacts, apps, and just a little bit of a quick shortcut to access the phone and use it a little bit faster. Now, apart from all the features and gimmicks that this phone packs from Samsung, it runs on Android 7, so it's pretty much similar to the Samsung S7 Edge. And I guess with the new theme that they've gone for, it's just to make it feel that much more of a change when you're moving from something like the S7 Edge to the Samsung S8 Plus or just the S8. Again, I'm absolutely in love with this design, it looks phenomenal. Okay guys, so that was my little walkthrough with the Samsung S8 Plus. Now, other changes to the S8 Plus compared to the previous model, like the S7 Edge, is obviously it got an improvement on its processing power, on its processor. We've got 4 GB of RAM, and all that on the spec sheet looks impressive. However, I gave you a little preview as to what the phone looks like and what it feels like to use. And yeah, absolutely love it. And yeah, take care.